tailbone down, legs are active, front of the hips are open, center's drawing in, and we'll take the shoulders around and down the back. Big circles around and down. Roll and down. And round. Keep these legs active, keep them on, taking one arm up, breathing in, flaring the ribs open, and exhale to the back, breathing into the other side. And back. Both arms, breathing in, a little pause at the top, give yourself a little wriggle and a stretch, breathe the digits out, and we take those arms down the back. We're going to lift one knee, so we're just going to warm up these legs first. 5 knee raises, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Changing sides, pushing down into the floor. So you want to keep the crown of the head at this height, keeping tall. 3, 4, 5. Back to the first side. We're going to do 5. We're going to raise the arms with that leg. It's like conjuring up something. 1. Same leg. 2. Keep pushing into the floor. 3, 4, and 5. Changing sides. Push down into the floor. Lifting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. To the deck. Alright, it's nice out here. Knees stacked underneath. Right, tailbone down. I want you to feel your glutes are tightened. We've got that drawing into the front of the abdominals, that feeling that we're stuck in double glazing. So we're kind of squished into place. We're going to go down to the side, just sliding the hand down. It's not about getting to the floor. It's about getting that lift on the upper rib cage. So breathing in. You can even use your hand for assistance if you want to kind of open that rib cage out. And then those muscles, those obliques are going to draw down to bring you upright. Other side, slide. Opening that rib cage. And those muscles drawing in. Slide. 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 One more. Slide. Arms in front. Keep the glutes squeezed. Keep the front of the hips open. We're going to lower ourselves back with rope. And then you're going to pull yourself forward. Pull, pull, pull. Back we go. Lower, 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 lower. Up. 2, 3, 4. Back, 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 back. Up. 2, 3, 4. Back, back. Keep the hips open. Open. Up. 2, 1 to go. Back, 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 back. And pull, pull, pull. Arms to the side. We're going surf and we're going to shift the weight onto one knee. You're going to push down through that knee. So we're tall, legs active. Can you take the other toe off? You're going to balance. Use whatever you've got to balance, but you really want to stay tall through the crown of the head. And try the other side. Well done. So shift the weight across. Push down through the knee. Take the toe off. Hold there. Stay balancing. Well done. We'll try that again each time. Shift the weight across. Push down through that knee. Staying tall is going to activate those deep postural muscles. It's going to give you the best chance. And down. Across. Push down. Floating. Balancing. And down. Well done. Just give your arms a little release. Roll the shoulders. We're going to take that into a side lean. So we're back up. We begin exactly the same way. Shift across. Balance on that leg. Balance with the foot off. And we slowly come towards the floor. Slowly coming down. Extend that leg out. Going to lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. One more. Lower. Lift. And then fold the leg back in. Now to get up, try not to shunt yourself with your hand. Try to roll off those fingers and use your body to balance you back up. Well done. Other side. Shift across. We balance first. Down onto that knee. Then take your time coming to the floor. Extend the leg. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Fold the leg. Roll off the fingers. Use them as little as possible. Try to use your body more to come back up. Repeat. Across. Push down, balance, slowly down, extend, lift, 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 fold the leg in, roll off the fingers. One more, shift the weight across, balance on that knee. So we've got all those muscles around the hip working, controlling it down, extend, and lift. Lift, lift, fold the leg, roll off the fingers, up, we come. Awesome. We're going to come down onto our back. Set ourselves up nicely. So long through the back of the neck. So lift your head and just allow that chin to drop in. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you so you're open and wide across your shoulders. Now lift up your hips and place them further from your shoulders, so already long through the spine. Hands on your headlights, just making sure they feel level. The bony part at the front of the hips, just making sure they feel level, left and right. And we're going to draw in those tummy muscles in between, so thinking about zipping up and tightening that belt. And we're going to keep those working. We're just going to start with some nice bridging. So just take your arms back to the floor beside you. And we're going to do a flat back lift of our backs. So I'm going to find the floor with our feet. We're going to push down onto the floor as we lift the hips, squeezing the bottom, and then lower. Okay, a couple more just to get ourselves going. Push to the floor, squeeze, lift, and lower. Two more here. Lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. All right, we're going to bring our arms to ceiling now, just to challenge the balance a little more, and add in some holds. So we're going to get ourselves up into the bridge again. Lift it up. Now I want you to stay here. Hold. 2, 3, 4. We're going to lower the hips a third of the way. Stop. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Lower a third. Hold. 2, 3, 4. To the floor. Repeat. Lift. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Down a third. 2, 3, 4. And a third. 2, 3, 4. And lower. Start to get cramped those hamstrings. You've got to override with the glutes. Lift at the top and keep the glutes squeezing. Push down through the heels. That'll connect nicely to the glutes. Lower a third. Keep the glutes squeezing. Holding that tail in. Lower a third, glutes still working. Push through the heels and lower. Last round, out. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Down. 2, 3, 4. Down. 2, 3, 4. Lower. Lovely. We're just going to do a couple more single ones just to get that arm stretch. So we're going to raise to the ceiling and we're going to take the arms past the head as we roll the spine down. Block by block through the spine, finding the floor, and then arms to ceiling. And come up again, up into the bridge. And as we lower, it's the reach through the arms as we roll down through the spine. Just starting to get that focus on mobility through our spines. Let's do 2 more. Lifting up, rolling down through the back. Looking for that good control as we block by block the spine down. Awesome job. Last one, we lift and then roll it down. Roll, 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 roll. And arms to ceiling. We're going to loop our fingers together. We're going to use these hands behind our head. That's going to give our neck a little bit of support as we warm ourselves up through these next exercises. We're launching into a bit of crisscross, which we started with the warm-up outside for squats. We're going to curl forward and tuck one elbow across to the opposite knee and then lower ourselves back. Exhale, up and over, crossing across the body, other side, and control it down. Now the lowering back into position is just as important. So we're looking for a nice smooth cross and lowering down. And up and over and lowering down. Now we're all doing well. I'm going to add in something extra. We're going to come across and we're going to hold that position. Now the leg that's lifted, I want you to extend it away and then bring it back up to that elbow, and then switching sides. I'm just doing that little extra extension in the middle. So we're up and over, a little hold, reach the leg, bring it back, and lowering down. Up and over, holding, reach, and in, and lower. Keep breathing in. Exhale, up and across, that little hold, reach, and in, and lower. We've got 2 to go. Up and over, reach, and in, and lower. Okay, got good support to our necks here. Up and across, and reach, and in, and lower. We can release the hands, just rest them onto the headlights. Okay, upper body, upper abdominals get a little bit of a break. We're going to work through our scissors. So just making sure we're not rocking and rolling too much here across our headlights. So strong center. We've got to support the small of the back. So we've got to keep that low back quite close to the floor. If you want to, if you're unsure you want that feedback, you can tuck it down onto the floor into more of an imprinted position. The main thing is just being aware of that lower back and making sure it doesn't launch and lift off, okay? Because that's what we're protecting the spine. So we're just going to keep it nice and low. We'll start with a good level 1. Level 1 scissors, we lift one leg and lower it. Lift the other leg and lower. Because even at a level 1, we want to be able to do this with relaxed shoulders, keeping his hips nice and level, and a coffee cup resting there is not going to wobble off. So we're looking for that lovely stability, that control. Holding strong. I've got no lift of that lower back. Our tummy muscles at the front are able to hold position. It's quite a step up to the level 2. So we're going to hold one leg up, freeze it there. We're going to scoop the other leg up. And this is our new start position. Now we tap one toe down and then lift it back up again. Tap the other toe down, lift it back up. Keep your shoulders soft and just watch that small back. Got to keep it down to the mat. Got to work these front tummy muscles. Tap. Now this level 2 comes into level 3 with doing scissors. The legs switch past each other. Let's think of breathing here. Breathing in, 2, 3, and 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, and 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 2 more rounds, in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, knees into your chest, just massage the small of the back, give yourself a little relax there. Well done. Feet back to the floor, hello upper abdominals again. Alright, we started with 100 squats. We're adding in a few exercises that incorporate hundreds. So we're going to reach our arms forward. Now if you want support to the head again, use one hand behind the back of the head. Any more discomfort to the neck and upper body, just pop it back to the floor, alright? The goal is to start to strengthen through this upper body. Right, so we've got the reach through the fingers and we're pulsing. We're holding here, ribs tucked in, pulsing, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. Now we're going to create a breeze beside you. This pulsing is working on lymphatic drainage up into the arm, into those lymph nodes. It's also challenging your balance. Got to stay strong, stay stable. Working on that breathing. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 3, 4, 5. In, 2. If you start to lower the upper body, if you start to creep back, use a hand behind your head to help hold a little longer. We'll lower the head to the floor. We're going. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4. 2 to go. 2, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 5. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower. Back. Down. Hands on headlights. Breathe. Lovely work. Alright, so we're doing our line dancing, our leg work. We're going to take one leg to tabletop. Make sure you're zipped in, belt tightened in the lower tummy. I'm going to take the other leg to tabletop, and then one leg back down, and the other leg back down. So just like a square. We lift up, up, down, down. And if you want, you can start changing direction of the lifting leg. So kind of doing different loops. Lift, lift, lower, lower. A goal with an exercise like this is to be able to control the movement of the upper body. So we're not shuffling, we're creating that stability through our deep tummy muscles, that we don't feel our head shifting on the mat. Right? We're strong, the shoulders are soft. This is strength from the lower abdominals. Lift, lift, lower, lower. One more loop. Up, lower, lower, breathe. Well done. Right, we're just going to do a pattern with one leg, and one thing that we can do with patterns is we can change the speed. So we're going to start nice and slow, do 3 loops on one leg. So, got one leg, it's going to be our working leg. We're going to tap the floor twice. Tap, tap, stretch the heel out long, 2 little lift and lowers. And then bring the leg back up to that tabletop position. It's going to open to the side. Keep these hips level, don't roll with it. Bring it in. One more, open to the side. And close. We repeat that. Tap and tap. Push the leg long. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And up to tabletop. 2, open and close. Open. One more, slow round. Tap and tap, long through that heel. Lift and lower, lift and lower. And back up. 2 open and closes. And then freeze here. Take a breath. We're going to do that if you want to. Stay at the same pace, but we're going to go faster for 3 more rounds. Ready? Let's go. Tap, tap, long. Up, down, in, open, close, open, close. Tap, tap, long. Up, down, in, open, close, tap, tap, long. Up, down, in, open, close, open, pause, change legs. Well done. Rest these hands on these headlights so we can just control this pelvis, get lots of feedback, and go to keeping nice and strong here. Other legs lifted, we've got to slow down again. Tap and tap. Push the leg long. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Bring the leg back to tabletop. 2 opens and closes. Keeping these headlights level, shining to the ceiling. And nice and slow again. Tap and tap. Push it long through the heel, straight knee. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And in. And open. Close. Open. One more slow round. Tap, tap. Long through that heel. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And bring it in. Open. Close. Open. We pause. We breathe in. We go faster. Tap, tap, long. Up, down, in. Open, close, tap, tap, long, up, down, in, open, close, last one, tap, long, up, down, in, open, close, foot down, breathe, nice work indeed. Okay, hands to ceiling again, we'll involve the arms. Just remind yourself of where that lower back positioning is, all right? Just keeping yourself nice and close towards the floor. We're going to take one leg, but both arms, and reaching away from your center. The key thing is keep that rib cage tucked down, keeping the back in the same position. And then come back up to that ceiling. We're going to change legs. Reaching the other leg out. And we come back in. So just switching legs. Reaching away from the center, exhale with the effort, and inhale as we come into switch. Exhale, reaching away, that's going to help you tuck that rib cage in and help hold that positioning in the body. Exhale away, and in. Exhale away, and in. Well done. Away, and in, One more. And take a pause. Yet again with this exercise we can change the pace. So we're going to do 20 a little faster. Your ultimate goal, your focus is the smaller the back. You've got to work hard on the front abdominals to control this positioning. Alright, are we ready? Take a breath. And we are out. And switch legs. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Reach. In. Reach, in, reach, in, reach, in. Long leg, long, long, long. Make sure we breathe. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Final 4, push, and 3, and 2, and leave it out long. Reach long through the legs, long through the arms. Roll the legs in and out. So you're nice and loose to the hips. We're going to roll ourselves up to sitting from here. So we're going to take the arms to the ceiling. We're going to reach forward as much as we can, but if you need assistance, use your hands to the mat to give yourself a booster up. Reaching forward. Now we're not always tight and hamstrings restricting us. Often we're tight up into the small of the back. So just try to choose a shoulder and just bring a shoulder forward a little. Try the other shoulder, paddle the knees a little. Just giving things a chance to soften off. So just reaching, see where you can get to. Just giving yourself a little wriggle, paddle the feet, paddle the knees. Just allowing things to soften off. See where you can get to with a stretch. Breathe. And then we're going to lower ourselves down so we're nice and tall again, taking your time. Use your hands if you need assistance. Otherwise we're just going to slowly block by block down. We come. And we're going to roll over onto our side. Well done. So every time we come onto our side we have our legs bent. And we're always in line with this imaginary wall. So we have our heels in line with our sitting bones and our shoulders. Well done. Key thing here is we want to find our lower waist. So if we lengthen the top waist, push this top hip away so the hips are stacked nicely, we're going to pop the top leg up. Well done. So we're going to keep it bent, keep it in this position. Going to let the knee come forward. And then most importantly, we're going to push that foot to the back of the room. I want the front of the hip to open out. Okay, feel a bit of a stretch of that hip flexor, glutes working, and then let the leg swing forward again. So the key thing here is we've only got one leg moving, one limb. So I don't want the rest of the body to be wriggling. So keeping yourself nice and still, nice control. Well done. So the rest of the body is stabilized so we can control one leg moving. Just going to change it slightly. We're going to bring the knee forward, stretch it out, a little hamstring stretch, and then pull that straight leg down to the bottom of the mat. And we bend it in, bring it forward, extend forward again, then pull that leg. So it's like a giant bicycle. Knee, foot, pull down. 2 more. Knee, foot, crackle, crackle, pull down. 1 more. Knee, foot, and keep the leg long. Hand to ceiling. We're going to tap the top knee and push it back out. And 4. Push it out. 3, 2, and 1. Keep the leg long and the bottom leg comes out too. So we're what we call torpedoes. You can use your hand to give yourself a little wriggle. Make yourself as long as possible. Hand back up. So we've got 5 more of that same action. We're going to see if we can take the top knee up to tap again. And then reach it out. Now the trick here, 2 tricks. 1 is you can pop the lower leg to the floor. All right, that can help you. But the main thing is keep it active. Reach through that lower leg. If it's just resting on the floor, not working, there's a whole lot of muscles you're missing the opportunity to give you stability. So reach through that lower leg to release the top leg, just like we do with our knee lifts and standing. 1 more. And we're long. Hand on that hip. We're going to try to balance here on our side, do our tongs. We're going to open the legs a little and then close and squeeze them together. Open, close and squeeze. Open, squeeze, squeeze. Well done. Get this foot contact. I want to find the inner thigh and squeeze it. Squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze. Well done. Release the knees. Bring them right up in front of the hips. Take that shoulder forward. And we're going to do some arm openings. So we're going to take our top arm to the ceiling. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to follow those fingers all the way. So we're getting this nice big twist through the spine. If you haven't done anything at home in the holidays, you might be feeling a little stiffer for that first one. So just breathe. Each breath out, seeing if you can turn your breastbone a little more to the ceiling. Maybe that front shoulder can wriggle through a little more.
Are you to move or just stay there?
You can stay there. I was just going to come and talk to you because everyone else knows what to do. No. So you can come forward and back as many times as you like.
Okay.
Or if you like staying open, if that just feels magic, you can stay there.
Okay.
Alright? You've got good range as you come to the floor. But there's 2 things we can do.
Yeah.
So one thing, keep the knees up in front of the hips. You reach your front fingers and tuck it in here. Just looking at it, so I don't mind, the hips and pelvis can move and slide. It feels good, we're still getting rotation. You want to have a go at keeping them here and do a bit of a test. So arm to ceiling and then open again. Exhale all the way over. And you might find you're just able to get a little bit more of a stretch and a little bit more of a challenge to that mobility. Yeah. But I don't mind if that slides open. Another thing to bring back into the rib cage. Take a breath in. Exhale, just imagine your elbows heavy. And gentle through the hand, but you can just kind of use there and use there and just try to make a little bit more and play. Okay? Yeah. So again, you can stay there or you can play. Use your cage's texture, the spine, so playing with your breath, opening and closing, so rising your cage each time, and just breathe. Just smiling, just breathing out, just take it up, you're just focusing on the top side, because it's going to run for itself. And then we'll do the other side anyway. It's just smile and get the hands from stretches. This is how your body is saying. Taking using the ribs working. And now take some time for you to just allow that thing to relax. Yeah. But the more you do this, it's going to be nervous. And it's okay. So. We'll do one more to that side. So bring yourself up, swivel around, pop your head to the other end of the mat. I need to do that as well. The trick of getting up. Well done. The same thing again, think of lengthening that top waist. It's really easy here. It's almost that sleeping position where everything softens into a hammock. So we want to make sure the spine isn't scooped. By pushing that hip away, we get that straight spine onto the stacked hips. And that's more similar to what we're like in standing. That's where we want to focus in. We're going to take that top leg, pop it up. All right, so everything else stays nice and still. Let the knee come forward. Then most important is the push back. Squeeze the bottom, let the front of the hip open. And then bringing it forward again. Very little movement. Push back, squeeze. Forward. Well done. You can imagine your foot is pushing back on something. It's moving a heavy box. Push. That will just help find your glutes for you. Push. We'll take it into that bicycle and see how that feels. We're going to take the knee forward, stretch the foot forward, and then pull down in line. Bend. Reach forward. As you pull down, get that leg right off the bottom of the mat. So we'll find that length. Bend, extend, pull down. Bend, extend, pull. Two more. Bend, extend, pull, bend, extend, and pull. Top arm to the ceiling. We're going to do knee taps, knee high, and then push it back out. Knee high, and push it back out. 3, 2, and 1. We take this exercise into torpedo, so wriggle yourself long, both legs long. Now we've got the active lower leg where it's resting on the floor. So either way, you've got to feel like you're using your lower leg to help release that top knee and push out again. And tap, and out, and 3, and push, and 2, and push. Last one. And long hand to hip. We get ready for our tongs. We're going to open the legs, close and squeeze. Inner thigh, open, close and squeeze. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Each time, get the squeeze. We've got 4 to go. Open, squeeze. Well done. Open, squeeze. Open, squeeze, last one, and release those knees forward. Take the arm forward. Well done. So you're going to take the top arm to the ceiling and exhale. Follow those fingers. Open all the way. Okay, so you've got all those options. You can play, you can hold. Use your breath to help give you a little bit of extra twist, a little bit of control around the spine, where those ribs attach, all down that thoracic spine. So the mid-back where we get the most tight. By taking those little extra deep breaths, by getting that rib cage to move, we can release a lot of the tightness into that thoracic spine. Down. One more, full one each. Just get little bit more movement into that back. Use that breath. Where to from here? So we're up on all fours. As I said, tricep push-ups haven't completely disappeared, but we're going to add them in as a little bit of a combo exercise. So, up on all fours, hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We're in a nice, strong table position. So we're just going to start with some legs, then we'll do some arms, and then we're going to link them together. So, shoulders down nice and low, pull up through that centre, so we're going to keep our table strong. Going to slide one leg out and up, and then bring that leg back in. Other side, slide and lift. And back in, pause to tricep dips, which means the elbows stay in, within the edges of the mat. Lower and lift. Let's see if we can do a little bit of a combo. We're going to slide one leg out, hold the leg there, tricep dip. And let the leg come in. Other side, slide the leg out, tricep dip. Now if you can overwhelmingly feel one arm doing all the work, try really hard to keep even through those arms as you dip. Slide. We've got to have goals, things we're working to. Again, remember this back leg is your friend. Reach down and keep extended. I want you to feel that leg active and working, and you might find then that you're more even through the arms. Reach through that leg. Lower, lift. Let's do two more. Reach. Lower, lift. One more. Reach. Lower, lift. And knees down. Well done. So again, we're just focusing on positioning. We're holding this nice strong coffee table. Take one hand, tap the other shoulder, and down. Other hand, tap the shoulder. Just kind of keep your eyes on a spot. I don't want your body to sway and swing just as we become a three-legged table. You might feel some deep work in the tummy as your body connects. We've got that cross slings. One side to the other, front and back, that help hold our body together. So it's just looking for stability, keeping the body connected. Now I just want to add that exercise with the legs. So we're going to extend one leg out, hold it there. And it's obviously we're not going to be doing the same arm because that will be quite tricky. So this the leg that's opposite to the leg out, the hand that's opposite to the leg out. It's going to tap and down. Three more. Tap and lower. Tap and lower. Tap and lower. Change sides. Slide the leg out. Hold. Opposite hand. Tap. Down. Tap. Down. Tap. Down. Change. One more each side. Reach. Tap. Down. Tap. Down. Tap. Down. In. And slide. Tap. Down. Tap. Down. Tap. Down. And in. From here we're just going to do our little planking. And then we're going to take it down to elbows. So if anyone's wrists are particularly sore, you can do this on your elbows now. So you could come on down. So we're just going to roll over the foot. We just simply go over those toes and push back with the heel. Over the toes, push back with the heel. And one knee back in, and the other knee back in. So we're just working on that count of four. We just roll over the toe, back in, and back in. Roll over the toe, roll over, back in, back in. Okay, that's count of four, which means we have less lingering time out with the actual plank. So we'll try a count of 8. But you're welcome to stick to 4. Slow shoulders. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Twice more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 onto the elbows. Join the rest of the class. So key thing here is not to sink through the elbows. I'm going to push down the elbows into the mat, feel nice and high from the floor. Again, keeping a bent leg, and one leg's going to do two things. It's going to push itself to the ceiling, push the heel to ceiling, and then bring that knee back down to the mat to tap it, and then open like a lamppost to the side. And then changing legs. Push the heel to the ceiling, tap the mat, side open. And heel to ceiling, and tap, side, down. Heel to ceiling, tap, side. One more each side. Keep pushing through these elbows. We're nicely lifted through that breastbone. Side. And heel up. And tap. Side. And tap. Well done. If your knees allow it, just reach back with the hips. Roll the arms. Loosen off those fingers. Good job. We're going to bring ourselves up into downward dog in order to give ourselves a nice little stretch. We've got our hands, we're going to tuck our toes under, and you're going to lift yourself up into that V. Nice and high on the toes, reaching through the arms. You want to get your head between your arms, allowing the chest to come through a little bit. Lift the hips high, lift the tail high. You're going to sink down on one heel. So give yourself one big stretch. The other knee can be bent. And then come up nice and tall, down with the other heel, stretch into that leg. Up nice and tall, we're down on both heels. We're going to walk our hands towards our feet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we roll ourselves into standing. So tuck your tailbone down, build a Lego tower with the spine. So it's that block by block by block. We're coming up, take a breath so we're not dizzy. And we turn back into hip width apart balance. Well done. So again, just build on that rotation. Nice chance to loosen up the spine to the beginning of the turn. Feel the floor. Hands together. Activate the legs again. Push down into the mat. Hips stay forward to me. We're just going to turn the upper body above. So it's a spinal twist above, building what you've just done. And then come back through. Other side. Push yourself around so you're turning that spine. And come back through. Now we're at the balance challenge. Take the weight onto those toes. Don't have to be very high, just enough to challenge us as we turn the upper body. Hold it together. And then come through the middle. Hold it together, keep it together, turning. And back through. Heels down. Change of hand position. Loop the fingers behind the head. The shoulders are low. Again. Come onto the toes if you want. Taking the elbow to the back of the room. Turning. And come through. And turning. And come through. And heels down. And release. A couple more squats just to finish. So